feel it, don't you? That low hum of frustration beneath your skin. You wake up and scroll. You laugh at memes you don't even find funny. You nod in conversations where you want to scream. You chase things that drain you. You've built a life where you look strong but feel weak. And the truth is brutal. You're not the man you were meant to be. You've been told to tame yourself, to sit down, shut up, and play nice, to smile when you're bleeding inside, to numb the roar inside your chest with comfort and convenience. But let's be honest, you're not proud of the man in the mirror. You're disappointed. You're angry. You're tired of pretending. This is not a motivational speech. This is a war cry. This is the alarm that shakes your soul awake. The world has trained you to be weak. Now it's time to unlearn that weakness and build a warrior. Modern culture has lied to you. If you were told that being nice is enough, that being passive is polite, that being agreeable is virtuous. You were told, don't be aggressive, suppress your anger, be soft, be sensitive, be safe. But here's what they never told you. Nice guys are disposable. They're the first to be taken for granted, the first to be walked on, the first to lose their fire, because they were never taught how to wield it. You were not born to be liked. You were born to lead. You were not born to blend in. You were born to stand out with courage, conviction, and clarity. Modern manhood has become a performance. A man who dresses well, speaks softly, and never makes anyone uncomfortable. But true manhood, it's not soft. It's not safe. It's not silent. It's the ability to protect, to build, to suffer with purpose, to bleed for truth, and to rise stronger each time you're broken. The weak man bends to fit the world. Strong man bends the world to fit what is right. You want respect? Stop performing. Start standing. But let's talk about your brain. Because right now, you're hijacked. Swipe, tap, scroll, click, again and again and again. You've become a lab rat in a dopamine maze. That notification? Microdopamine hit? That 5-second TikTok? Brain reward. That late-night porn binge? Numbing pleasure. You're drowning in pleasure, but starving for meaning. This constant stimulation is killing your fire. Every time you indulge that urge, every time you open that app, every time you take the easy path, you reinforce a simple message to your nervous system. I choose comfort over greatness. And that choice becomes a habit. That habit becomes your character. And your character shapes your destiny. If you want to break free, you must starve your weakness. Cut your screen time in half. Delete the apps that own you. Go 30 days without porn. Place cheap pleasure with real pursuit. Walk instead of scroll. Read instead of swipe. Build instead of consume. You were not created to be a dopamine slave. You were made to create, conquer, and contribute. Most men today are not living. They're performing. Smiling at people they secretly resent. Saying yes when they're screaming no inside. Nodding at lies to avoid being alone. You weren't born this way. You were trained to avoid conflict at all costs. But in avoiding conflict, you created one inside yourself. Every time you silence your truth, every time you betray your values to fit in, every time you abandon your standards to be accepted, you kill the warrior inside you. People-pleasing isn't kindness. It's fear in a suit. It's cowardice with a smile. Strong men are not afraid to be disliked, because their mission matters more than their image. Practice this. Say no, and don't explain. Say I disagree, and stand in silence. Say that's not for me, and walk away without guilt. Every boundary you draw is a brick in the fortress of your masculinity. You wake up tired, go to a job you hate, turn home exhausted, scroll until your brain shuts down. And you ask yourself, why do I feel so empty? Because you're not living, you're surviving. Purpose is oxygen for the masculine soul. Out. Without it, even success tastes hollow. Without it, pleasure becomes poison. Without it, a man becomes a ghost in his own life. Your job is not your purpose. Your possessions are not your purpose. Your comfort is not your purpose. Your soul is begging for something more. A mission. A fight worth bleeding for. A cause that demands your full potential. Find it. Build it. Don't wait for the world to hand it to you. It never will. A man without purpose is not at peace. He is simply sedated. Modern society tells you to go with the flow. Follow your passion. Take it easy. That's garbage. Flow leads to weakness. Passion without discipline is chaos. And taking it easy leads to decay. Discipline is the gatekeeper of power. Wake up before the world does. Lift iron until your body screams. Meditate until your demons shut up. Eat clean when you crave trash. Say no when your urges say yes. Why? Because every act of discipline is a reminder. I control me. The undisciplined man is not free. He's a prisoner of impulse. But the disciplined man, he's untouchable. He walks into a room and commands respect, not because he demands it, but because he's earned it. Discipline creates confidence. Confidence creates momentum. Momentum changes legacies. You think strength is just muscle? Just money? Just mindset? You're wrong. True strength is spiritual. The man with a shredded body but a dead soul, he crumbles when life punches back. Real men pray. Real men reflect. Real men kneel before something greater than themselves, not because they are weak, but because they know they are not the center of the universe. Your ego is not your God. Your urges are not your compass. Your soul is starving, and you've been feeding it dopamine instead of divinity. Find your source. Call it God. Call it your creator, but call. Speak. Listen. Align. Because a man disconnected from his spirit is a ticking time bomb. Let me guess. You're isolated. You talk to guys online, but no one really knows you. You go out, but no one checks your soul. You've got followers, but no brothers. And that's the trap. Because masculinity cannot grow in isolation. Weakness festers in silence. Depression grows in secrecy. Addiction thrives in shadows. You need a circle. Men who call you out. Men who challenge your mediocrity. Men who remind you who you are when you forget. Want to become dangerous? Build a brotherhood? Meet weekly. Train together. Pray together. Hold each other to a higher standard. Because no man climbs alone and stays on top. You want to grow? And stop running from the truth. Face it, that trauma you buried, regret you avoid. That pain you've numbed with sex, scrolling, substances, it still owns you. Until you confront it, you'll carry it. It will show up in your relationships, your reactions, your dreams, your self-worth. Stop hiding. Sit in silence and let it surface. Journal your truth even if it scares you. Talk to a mentor even if it breaks you. Cry if you must. Bleed if you must. Just don't run. Because strong men don't avoid their pain. They walk into it. They stare it in the face. And they rise scarred but stronger. Here's the truth. Most men never hear. The version of you that's addicted, afraid, silent, and sedated isn't real. It's not who you are. It's who you've been trained to be. But there's a fire inside you. The man who leads without fear. The man who builds without apology. The man who prays with power. The man who creates legacy. He's there. He's waiting. He just needs you to choose. Kill the version of you that scrolls all day, hides from truth, bends to fit in, avoids discipline, and drowns in comfort. Bury him, then rise, as the man who speaks with conviction, moves with purpose, leads with vision, and lives with fire. This is your moment. No more silence. No more shame. No more weakness. Only strength. Only mission. Only war. You are not broken. You are becoming. So choose the warrior. Right now, comment. No more weakness if you're done playing small. Subscribe for more real talk that pulls no punches. Share this with a brother who needs this today. Let's build a generation of men who are not soft, not fake, not lost, but strong. Grounded, dangerous, spiritual, focused, respected. No more weakness, only warriors. Let's go.